Hi, thank you for tuning in. We've got a quick practice today for when your body is feeling a little tired. So, say you want to yoga, but you don't have a ton of energy and you just want to flow through some poses that feel good, help you relax, and just feel a little looser. So, you can get yourself set up on your yoga mat, inside, outside, wherever you are comfortable. And we are going to get started on our backs. So if you want to get yourself lower down here, we're going to lower down into this position where we keep the insides of our feet together. You can let those knees just drop down to the side here. Taking your hands, we'll place them one on our heart, one on our belly, making a few little adjustments to get yourself comfortable here. But go ahead and close your eyes. We're just going to take a couple of breaths here in this pose. Softening through your forehead here, maybe relaxing down through your jaw muscles as well. Taking your time to find a nice slow inhale. We'll breathe in here. Taking your time to exhale, we'll blow out. Maybe clearing a few things out of our mind here. Taking one more breath just like that. As you breathe in, you can breathe into both of these palms here. Feel your belly, your chest as they just press into the bottom parts of your hands. And follow that exhale out. Blowing out completely here. Staying on our backs, we're going to let those knees come in a little closer together here. Picking up those feet enough to where you can cross that left ankle on top of your right thigh here. We're going to reach through, started in this figure 4 shape. You can reach through and grab your hamstring of that right leg, or if you want to pick up and grab the front part of your lower leg, that's an option as well. Interlacing those fingers together. And once you get yourself settled here, we're going to find our breath. And as you breathe in, you'll pull the knees in a little closer towards your upper body. Use the exhale to just soften that back down a bit. And we're going to go through that just a couple rounds of breath. So breathe in, pull those knees in a little closer towards your chest. Exhale to lower them down. 2 more times. So you'll breathe in, very small range of motion that we're working with. Exhale down. This time, as you breathe in, pull those knees in. And as you exhale, hold this position. See if you can just soften into it. Feel that nice big stretch on the left side here through the glutes, the quad, the hip. Finding one more round of breath in this pose. Slowly we'll loosen those fingers here. Dropping those feet back down towards your yoga mat. We'll uncross and then just switch ourselves over to the other side. Resting the right ankle on top of your left thigh and then reaching through, grabbing your hamstring, or if you want to lift up with your head and reach for the lower part of that leg, you can do that as well. Making those little adjustments to get yourself comfortable here. And when you're ready, we'll flow with our breath. So you'll find an inhale. You'll pull those knees in a little closer, using the exhale to just soften that back down. A few more times. So you'll breathe in, pull a little tighter. Exhale to soften down. 2 more times. This time, as you inhale, go ahead and find that squeeze. Blowing out, we're just going to soften into this position. Staying here for another round of breath. Gently we'll loosen those fingers here. uncrossing that leg, but you can keep both of those feet up. We're just going to pull those knees into our chest, interlacing the fingers around the bottom part of the legs, and then taking a little side to side motion here, loosening with the upper body, letting those knees go side to side. Staying just like this if it feels good. If you want a little bit more, you can tee those arms out to the side, and then we'll just let those knees go side to side. So you can take it as far down as you would like to go, all the way into that twist if it feels good. And just moving through this a couple of times. Coming back to the center here, nice and easy. Go ahead and extend your right leg out nice and long. We're going to pull that left knee in towards our chest. So you give it a little squeeze there to feel that stretch. And then keeping just your right hand on this left knee, taking the left arm out to the side, so you'll let that one tee out. We're going to pull this left leg across the body here, right into this nice big twist. Pause in here to hold this twist, making those little adjustments with your knee or your foot here, whatever you need to help you soften these hips, to relax down. And then just take yourself a couple rounds of breath. Using your next breath to return this left knee towards the center, interlacing those fingers around the bottom part of your leg, squeezing it back in for a little hug there. Exhaling to extend that leg out nice and long, this time pulling in the right knee. Interlace those fingers around the lower part of your leg, gently pull the knee towards you. Loosen those fingers a bit, keeping this left hand on the right knee, this time teeing out the right arm and letting this knee come across the body. So again, make these little adjustments. Your knee, your foot, all of that can move a little bit here. This arm that's teed out can stay right where it is if that feels good for your shoulder, your chest, but it also can rest on your body or a little closer to your body. Again, just looking for that place where you can soften your hips. So if you just tune in with that bottom hip, relax that a bit. And same thing with that top hip, taking a moment to just soften those muscles down. Breathing into this pose. Gently we'll return this right leg back to the center, interlacing those fingers around the lower part of your leg, pulling in towards your body, feel that stretch. And then setting that right foot down on your yoga mat, bringing the left one in to meet it. And then we're going to make our way up to a seated position and then transitioning to all fours. So if you have a way that you like to get there, you can go for that. Otherwise, you can cross at those ankles, help yourself up, and take yourself around. Maybe finding a place in the middle of your mat here. But we're going to take a couple of rounds of cat-cow once you arrive, dropping the belly down, lifting the chin, and rounding through, pressing through the palms. Feel the space you create through your shoulder blades there. Arriving back to the center, we're just going to walk those hands out in front of us right into a puppy pose, leaving those hips up nice and high. Rest in the center of your forehead down on your yoga mat here. Getting yourself settled in, and we'll take 2 full rounds of breath. So coming back to your breath here if we need to. Gently we'll slide those hands back in towards our face here, pressing into the palms so we can lift our head. Finding our right foot, we're just going to step it to the front of our mat, stepping into a lunge position here. Making those little adjustments, we're going to send the hips to the front of our mat. Get that nice opening. You can be on the palms, the fingertips here, whatever is comfortable. Hold in this lunge just like this. If you want to twist into it a little bit, you can. You can turn your body towards this front leg. Breathing into your side body, your hips here, that back quad, nice stretch. Gently lowering this hand back down. We're going to pull those toes up in the front, sending the hips back, and then just round into this half split, kind of making that C shape with your body here. Inhale, and we'll press right back into the lunge, sending the hips forward, holding this stretch. Gently we'll return this right foot right back underneath us, so back into that all fours position, moving those hips or feet or knees if you need to, and switching over to the other side. Left foot is stepping forward right into your lunge. Finding your hips, sending them to the front of your mat here, fingertips or palms. Either hold in this lunge just like this, or you can keep your right hand down this time, turning towards that front leg with a nice gentle twist. Returning back to the center, let that hand come back down, pulling the toes up in the front, sending the hips back. Nice half split round and into this. So you can let your chin drop here, feel that stretch through the entire backside of your body. Inhale back to the front into that low lunge one more time. And then returning this left foot right underneath us here into all fours. Keeping those hands out in front, maybe a little higher than your shoulders. We'll bend those elbows, little modified push-up. Just enough to get you down and to lift back up into this Cobra pose. Press into those palms, lifting up to feel the stretch here. With your next breath, using the hips, we're going to send them up and nice and high to the back into a child's pose. Whatever variation of child's pose you like the best. But rest the center of your forehead down. Maybe soften those elbows and hands just a bit. Closing your eyes and just coming back to your breath here. Taking 3 rounds of breath in this position, nice and slow. See if you can really slow down your breath here. Maybe try to deepen it as well. And see if you can't find a round of breath that you're able to stay with. So instead of your mind wandering off to all of these places, you just gently pull back to your breath. Stay with the sensations of the breath as it enters your body. Staying with the exhale as you blow out, emptying out completely. Gently we'll slide those hands back in towards the side of our face, pressing into those palms so you can sit up nice and tall. Either staying on your knees here, if you would like to move to your bottom, that is an option as well. But we'll sit up nice and tall, rolling those shoulders back one good time. And if you would like, we'll bring those palms together right here at heart center. Namaste. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you next time. Bye.